Hi guys, what's up? My name's Didi with Living on High Vibe YouTube channel, and I'm here to help you raise your vibration. Now, today's topic is kind of a little bit different. I want to talk about a list of things that I've been feeling that I have to get rid of as I'm on my spiritual path, because otherwise these things are driving down and dipping, nosediving my vibration. So some of them are kind of obvious, what people always mention. Some of them are not so obvious. In other words, they like to masquerade or basically be type of, situations which are chameleons. Anyways, so let's start off. Between 14 and 21, I wanted to be super cool. And actually, I made the decision. I was like, I really want to be a smoker. It was crazy, right? And then I remember what I smoked when I was 14. It was like I don't know. It was if it's around, it's a brand in Europe called More. So I bought those and I started. That was the first cigarette, and I was hooked. So, but then I really got addicted, and every time, at one point, I became a Christian. So once you become really religious, you start to raise your vibration to an extent, because religion is still some sort of a matrix 3D mentality installed in this reality, right? But it's still better than being totally, hey, yeah, let me just choose addiction. That's really bad. So, and once I would go to a service, and afterwards I would go out and I would try to smoke a cigarette. I was like, Jesus Christ, I mean, this is really crazy. So, from 14 to 21, I smoked like a chimney, so it would be up to 2 packs of cigarettes a day, and I would prefer Marlboro Red, so can you imagine how that, I felt really bad. So I was in a meditative state, in a spiritual type of, setting, which was basically me praying at home, and I had this kind of, something clicked, and I knew I'm done. I can make a video at some point about those things, probably will, at some later point, but that was the smoking. Then I would be addicted to weed and preferably some other drugs as well, if available. I didn't get really deep into that, but I was really strongly driven and would take any opportunity to take drugs if presented with them. That changed when I had a near-death experience, because after that, I was like, no, that's totally low vibration, right? Then I would have addiction, what I call like a chameleon addiction, which would be, if it was visible, very well visible, then I would drink every night and just get, as I say, shit-faced every night. So why not, right? So, and that was, and it would present itself into this kind of like a binge drinking phases, which masquerade underneath like a party umbrella, party scene and club scene and bar hopping scene umbrellas, right? But then I was like, oh no, yeah, I have to clean up. And then I would look for a less visible one, which would be still an addiction, but I would look for explicitly all relationships and made sure that they were all abusive. So it would not necessarily be romantic relationships, but it would be me going into situations where I would be emotionally, verbally, never physically, but emotionally, verbally, abusive situation for me, and I would just be always stomped on by these people. So these would be, if I had to choose between, certain employers, I would always wind up with the one who would be really doing like verbal things, and then they would try to stay in touch with me and play friends, and they would be passively aggressive, etc. And then it might be romantic relationships. Those are common, relatively common, and also circles of friends. And or I would think, oh yeah, these people would be super great to hang out with, but they wouldn't have the best qualities to be my friends, and I would just, it's just like an addiction. It is completely an addiction that you are going out of your way and you're looking for trouble in one way or other to be addicted. And then once I realized that that is actually an addiction, I was like, I'm so happy to be by myself. I don't need no relationship, no nothing, right? Or I'm like, I'm better off having no friends. I just keep low profile, and if somebody is like, such as a, employers, if they're abusive verbally or emotionally and just being total, bad people, and tell me, it was like things like, oh yeah, you're totally stupid, like you will never amount to anything. Like, one thing is when you grow up with people like that and you cannot escape from them because they're a kid, right? But another is that when you're an adult and you wind up in situations like this, actually, yeah, you should, if you have something like this, okay, it can be a bad apple, but you just basically immediately look for something else. The second you have, the opportunity, in many cases, at least in states, it's at will, employment. Just like, sorry man, I if you can, I don't even give 2-week notice. You just move on. That's it. You move on. So there was that was a biggie, because it's just like you live your life, but until you have this the revelation, you cannot move on from that, because it's kind of, many people have this, and many people just have these emotional attachments, and it's because you have something unresolved in your life. So I used to also have a crazy addiction to basically the duality concepts: good versus bad, them against us, all these type of situations. For example, oh my god, this is so strong. I would have never ever started this YouTube channel and sharing my experiences if I would have stayed into watching political videos from both sides and different opinions about that. Literally every 3 minutes I'm like, oh, what is this YouTuber doing? I was like, a political this and political that, and I was like, dude, and then something clicked in some of the meditations. I was like, I literally just unsubscribed to everything, completely blocked the sites, got rid of all of that completely from my subscription feed, from any newsletter, from all of it, everything blocked out and spaced out, and that's it. And after that, suddenly, like it was a magic wand, I had these wonderful new things that, despite me before Googling for them, they have never showed up, but suddenly I saw these things and I was like, oh wow, and this is this whole new world, these wonderful opportunities to learn, to expand, to grow, to become a better person, present themselves. So I got rid of completely, I don't know anything, I don't watch news. Oh yeah, I was addicted to news. I was a news junkie. Wake up in the morning, that is a mega addiction, right? Wake up in the morning, what's happening? Oh, what's happening? Let's go to CNN, let's go to whatever. You go to all these places and you check, and it's like, no, it's just like, it's designed to keep you hooked. So, and now, there was something happening in my area, and it was actually trending on Google, and somebody told me, oh yeah, did you hear about that? I was like, I never heard it. And it has been going on at that point for like 24 hours. It was like they were catching a criminal who was basically turned out to be a mentally ill person. I was like, I don't even want to read the story. I just, I read the headline, I'm like, okay, whatever. So it didn't happen in my house, didn't happen where I was at, and I don't care. And why? I am not caring, but I don't want to be sucked in and give anything like that my energy, period. So basically, you want to get rid of all this duality and all the politics, and this is basically the 3D reality. The system is set up, the matrix is set up, that there are these things so that your energy can be harvested, and so that people can be put up against one another. Another addiction, I was addicted as hell all the time, refreshing all my social media. And after my experience, I have a video, I'm going to actually link it at the end, to 6 weeks no phone because my battery broke and I really didn't want to buy a new phone right away. And it was 6 weeks in repair because basically there were no parts from the manufacturer. So after that, something happened because I was forced to have no social media for 6 weeks, and it's like, wow. Like, no Facebook, no Instagram, no WhatsApp, no nothing, no news. And it was great, you know. Eventually, I was like, I got the phone back, and I was like, oh my god, these are drugs. But then it was a completely new, brand new relationship. So that was a huge one, and I have less experience with that one, but there are many people who are addicted to binge watching anything. Like my roommate would binge watch like South Park. I like South Park. I'm like, you know, I can see a series or two, but I'm like, okay, it's been already half hour, let me just do my things. But many people just cannot resist. They have to go and watch the entire thing. They have to go and see every movie. I've never been into that, so for me it's not relevant, but for many people they're just obsessed with it. So in the moment they have a free moment, they just watch whatever they want to watch. And the same applies to basically video game and phone game playing. I don't know, I feel like if I played, like I've played like a couple of these games on phone, I was like, I can realize it's because it releases dopamine. All these things are addictions that lower your vibration, and they release dopamine, and it's a super fast gratification, and they just make you dumber. They make you to disconnect from what you really want. So yeah, so this is kind of my laundry list. Yeah, make sure to just subscribe to my YouTube channel and click that bell notification. Let me know what's your laundry list of low vibe activities. And by the way, if you think I'm talking too slow, English is not my first language, so just feel free to listen at 1.5 times to save your time, just to not be always hooked on the YouTube. So that's also a warning. Anyways, that's about all. I'll see you in the next video. Namaste. Cheers.